James,
Yes, sir.
you and I don't get to spend enough time together.
I keep telling my wife that.
Yeah, but she's probably okay with me.
She loves you, man.
I mean, is she okay with
does.
Ken?
No.
No.
No one's.
Okay.
I love you, Ken. I love you, Ken.
Ken Miller is the official sponsor of Crown Royal.
He is. He should be at some point, right?
Yes. Could you see him with the bottle with the smile?
Yes. B.
I'm just saying.
Drinking Crown, B.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So who's Ken Miller? Ken Miller is a big stand-up comedian, good friend of ours.
He's known as the Godfather of Orlando comedy. If you've not seen him, go see him perform.
He's got the Guinness Book World Record for the most N-bombs in a 60-minute set.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
And that was his church set.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was the one. That was the one for the kids.
For the kids.
For the kids. Little Sunday school.
Oh, man, I got a good one for you today.
Okay, all right.
Legally Screwed. This is crazy because I know how you and I are. I think we are naturally protective, especially when it comes to women. I think we are that way.
There's a term now called white knighting.
Oh, yeah.
And it's where a man steps in front and defends a woman.
Gotcha.
And you don't know if you should do it or not do it.
Now you have
because the world has changed.
It has changed.
And I had one of the people who work with us, she was being harassed by this kid.
Okay.
And this kid had special needs and he wasn't meaning to do it.
Oh.
But he was like on her.
Got it.
And I could tell how uncomfortable she was.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going, well, maybe if I step in between him and this kid, she'll feel better.
Yeah.
And I wasn't quite sure how to do it because I didn't want, and Dave was there, our producer. And I noticed that Dave was slowly sneaking up on her right side and I was slowly sleeping up on the left side so that there was no space for this kid.
It's the pincer move,
to let's just say, get a little handsy.
Okay. Oh,
because he was like there's no space. Okay. And it wasn't this child's fault because he's on the spectrum and everything else. And he doesn't understand.
He wasn't being malicious.
He doesn't understand.
Yeah.
And I leaned over to her. I said, is this okay? And I had to ask her permission because the last thing I would want is somebody to go, Jeff, I can defend myself in these situations. I don't need your help.
That's what you don't want.
Inside my heart.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, women, male, whatever. If I think you might need my assistance, I try to offer that.
Correct.
But I'm also fully aware that the world's changed.
It's different.
And that I can't go, dun, dun, dun,
just to save you. Yeah.
Yes. But she did say afterwards, she was like, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that.
God bless. Yes.
But I didn't also, want to be that guy.
Because nowadays, like you said, it's called white knighting. You don't know if you need to jump in or not because it can be seen different. I call it social double dutch. You got to pick the right time and moment to jump in.
Ooh, I'm no good. I'm not coordinated.
Like, ha ha, you know what I mean?
I'm not that coordinated.
Me either.
I'm not.
No.
I can't jump rope. I barely walk now.
You're barely walking, brother.
I hurt myself doing these things. What happened? I stubbed my toe on what? The ground.
Gotcha. All right. So this is why I bring this up. I think we're protective of people. And this is crazy. My wife's privacy was clearly violated at an Airbnb. This is the topic. And of course, this happened in Florida. All right. Now, while staying at an Airbnb, my wife was home alone when the host entered without notice.
Ooh.
He walked inside the house and silently stood staring at her while she was half naked in bed. We canceled our reservation.
She was standing in the bed half naked.
No. He stood there watching while she was half naked in the bed. He stood there silently watching at this man's wife, sleeping in bed half naked. We canceled our reservation and we won't be getting refunded. Airbnb claimed no policy had been broken and closed the case. Okay, you explain this to me, brother, because I don't own a law firm, but if I worked at one, it'd be called you getting your ass whooped.
Okay.
Yeah.
First off, Airbnb, you're wrong.
Okay, tell us about it.
You're absolutely wrong.
Yeah.
When I rent the property, whether it be a temporary rental or a period of time, I have a right to what they call quiet enjoyment
of the
property. It means that whoever I'm renting for, outside of something that needed to be happen, like sometimes you have to inspect the property for go in and check the plumbing or something else like that. The landlord just doesn't walk into your apartment for the hell of it.
Makes sense.
Okay. Now, in this situation, this is a short-term rental.
Mm-hmm.
Now, barring something, for example, hey, I got a call that it's on fire or something like that, or we had cameras to show somebody broke in, there's no reason for this person to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, this is clearly an issue of quiet enjoyment. And if they wanted to file something, it could be. Now, here's the problem with Airbnb. There's probably a clause in there that says this is the way you have to sue us. And most likely, if I have to guess, it's probably arbitration, which means you have to go to a special company and they have to arbitrate it.
Okay.
Because a lot of contracts now require that rather than to file suit in court.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the person who did this clearly has done this before and has some mental issue or whatever. And if I was Airbnb, I'd refund that without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't want the smoke.
Okay, watch this. Airbnb, I love your service. I use you guys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the absolute moron who chose not to refund this couple because one of the weirdos who does the house is standing over staring at her in the nude, idiots.
Yes.
Give the money back. Because you know what happens when you give the money back? People are less likely to write stories about it. They're less likely to file a lawsuit. They're less likely to stand up here so some moron like me can look at you and go, you're the moron.
Correct.
The person who did that, I'm going to tell you, should be fired.
Yes.
Fire this person because this person doesn't care for your company. Oh, I had a rule I didn't want to break. The company said don't give refunds. Perfect opportunity to give a refund and not have to explain it. And you blew it. And because you blew it, my ass and my 50,000 listeners are hearing me tell you you're a moron.
Yes.
That's clearly worth the $200 you might have lost.
Amen. Now, let's talk about not political. Let's talk about the legal ramifications of what happened to this lady. We're talking civil at this point as far as a suit. Pain and suffering. We've talked about that before.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say she had a mental breakdown.
Yes.
And had to go to a doctor or something else. And now she's going to therapy because she can't sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
That's an issue. Just because somebody walked in on me doesn't mean I immediately have mental issues.
Correct.
So I have to show those damages.
Okay.
I can't say, well, anybody in this right position. No, you don't get to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get what you call the I'm offended money.
Understood. That's why I want to make a difference in that. Could you explain that
First
to me?
off, they shouldn't have to pay for the thing.
Okay.
So that's the cost. And if I had to go somewhere else, the cost of this and some of the ancillary money after that, let's say I had to buy another hotel, I had to do something else, I had to cut my trip short, whatever. Okay, those could be covered. As far as long-term damages and things like that, well, I have to show that we have this problem. For example, let's say my wife can't go on vacation anymore.
Because she feels.
And there are people like this. I want you to know something. I'm not big on going in the ocean.
We've talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am uncomfortable with the idea that there are great white sharks.
Thank you. Yes, I'm with you.
Not great white, not little sharks. And I used to swim with little sharks.
Great whites.
But some of those are twice as big as my car.
Correct.
And I don't care what you say about, oh, well, they don't want to eat you. They want to eat everything.
I look delicious in the water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wear necklaces. They're shiny.
That's right.
I don't want to do it. I'm scared to death over this stuff. And I can tell you this. If I had a bad experience at an Airbnb and I woke up and some dude was staring at me, that might be my last Airbnb.
I'm pretty sure.
And I'm sure that will go with me.
Now, what's the ramifications if I wanted to go to, let's say, the law and say a man was staring at me in my bed and I'm half naked?
You're talking criminal charges.
Okay. Because there's two sides to this. That's why I want to
depends on the state you're in.
Okay.
There's voyeurism. There's trespassing, but he's going to say, I wasn't trespassing. I was inspecting the property. It's my property. And normally with a trespassing charge, you have to be trespassed, meaning they have to tell you not to come back and you come back anyway. Is there a sexual component to it? And the voyeurism in some states. I don't think there's a real criminal element to it. I think there's a civil issue.
It's more
because
civil. Okay.
Negligence means you had a duty to do or not do something.
Okay.
And you owed it to that person, and that person suffered damages because of that. So in this situation, I think, yes, I can't imagine being a woman and waking up with some rando staring at me.
Yeah, brother.
And for the rest of my life, carrying this with me.
That's where I was getting to.
And when you talk about things like PTSD and people go, oh, Jeff, shut up. Listen, I remember being in the military and a couple group came up on us. And I remember jumping up with my gun on auto and nobody was there. And over and over again, this happened to us many times. I carry that with me now.
Yes.
I think I can't sleep in a room that doesn't have a lock.
Me either. Me either.
And people go, why do you lock your bedroom door?
You never
No,
know. Yes,
I never know.
Absolutely.
Now, with this woman,
Mm-hmm.
if she doesn't carry with this woman, she's a better woman than I am.
Gotcha.
And I admit it. I might be a man. I'd be a horrible woman right now
Mm-hmm.
because I'd be scared to death every day if I woke up with a dude looking over me.
And I was going to say that one of the things that Miguel Colon Jr., one of the most prophetic things he said, believe it or not, was, as a man, I can walk down a dark alley. The worst thing that can happen to me is I get killed. He said,
Sounds on your alley.
well, I understand what he's saying. He goes, as a woman, it's completely different.
I think differently about
Yes.
I think I might. But prison,
yes.
Prison's prison.
But what he's saying
Stick
is,
me in a woman's prison all day long.
I could imagine waking up and seeing that, and I'm thinking the worst thought in my head.
Yeah.
My husband's not there. I'm alone.
I'm vulnerable.
Half naked, and a man is staring at me. The worst thing is going through my head at that moment. It's a clear invasion of my privacy, but I just don't know what's going to happen.
All right, do me a favor. What I do for a living is when you fail in your duties, I sue you.
Yes.
That's my job. When I was younger, I used to have a problem with that until I've met tens of thousands of people who needed my help because somebody harmed them.
Mm-hmm.
I think these companies actually need to have lawyers. They need to go out to a law firm like mine and say, listen, guys, we're running this stuff over. What would you suggest? I mean, just to get our... I hope for the day that people don't get killed in car accidents anymore.
Amen.
Or people don't get hurt because somebody did something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Airbnb, you want to sit down and you want to talk about your policies and I can help you with them. Not some lawyer from some Ivy League school who thinks they know something. I mean, somebody who actually lived in this area who can go, don't do this. Don't do this. If you're decent about it, bad things won't happen to you or will limit the ability, lower the probability.
Correct.
But when a guy at Airbnb says, no, we're not going to refund this money. God, I want you to know something right now. If this woman called me up and said, Jeff, could you represent me? And there's not a lot of money in this.
But that's not the
point. I
point.
would make you damn miserable.
There you go.
Because this is just not right.
Yeah.
And the person who did this should never be able to rent through you again.
Agreed.
Let them go to VRBO or somebody else. Yeah. But this person would always be off my list for rentals because you don't want to be opened up to lunatics. And for him to stay in it, and if this happened the way it did, or even close to it, I would never have a guy like that represent my company or anything else. Well, he doesn't write words. He subcontracts. It doesn't matter.
Don't matter.
He has the Airbnb logo. And if I was Airbnb right now, the best thing you could do is figure out whether this is true or not. And you should investigate. And when it is true or not true, you put it out there.
Correct.
But if this is true, I would apologize to this woman and say, listen, this is what we've done. We could never have expected this to happen. But because of this happened, this is what we did. And and just so people know, there are a lot of people out there listening right now who will say, well, Jeff, isn't that admission? All right, here's the deal. If I take cautions after something happens, that can't be used against me in that original case. It can be used against me if I said there was nothing I could have done. So let's say, this hole existed. I couldn't do anything about it. And I did have control of it. I could have put a board over it.
Correct.
I could have done something.
Yeah, you could have.
That's the only time it can be used is when one of my defenses are, there was nothing I could have done about it. So yes, immediately cancel this dude.
Yeah.
Even if it's close to the right store, because you don't have to. You can discriminate. Even let's say this woman's lying. I wouldn't have this dude out there.
No.
I wouldn't even risk it because now I'm on notice that this guy could do it again.
Correct.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.